Hey, what's up? This is I Walk a Thin Line, and I'm trying something new today. I've been playing with the idea of doing some kind of content creation on YouTube, and I really don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I have some ideas. Could certainly go in the direction of career and professional experience. I was actually just thinking about travel hacks and tips, entrepreneurship, business. You know, there are a lot of things that I was thinking about, but I kind of just wanted to take a minute because, like I said, I was talking to there's a podcast that I listen to called Paychecks and Balances. And it's a really good podcast if you guys have never heard it and you're interested in furthering your career, your professional life. That's a really nice little tidbit of just, you know, like-minded people who are trying to succeed in life. And anyway, they were talking about the value of mentorship on one of the episodes. And so I was listening to this podcast. This was a few months back, and I was really inspired. So inspired, in fact, that when I got off when I stopped listening to the podcast, I pretty much immediately made a couple of phone calls to some former colleagues and people that I had worked with in the past, and kind of began this journey of mentorship. One of them, one of the guys, we actually just met again for the second time. We decided we would try to meet approximately, you know, on a quarterly basis, so every 3 months or so, give or take. So anyway, he and I were discussing content creation, and we discussed it both times, and I just decided I'm going to do it. So here I am. I am a 33-year-old white male American. I'm a computer science engineer, software developer. I am a father. I am a Christian. I'm a DFW sports fan. There's obviously other layers and elements of who I am, but just kind of trying to introduce myself here. So I guess today really what I want to talk about is some stuff that's happening in my life. I'm getting married in a few months, and I'm really excited. I found the most beautiful woman in the world. Inside and outside, she's a dream come true. She's all I've ever wanted, and never thought I would find. And so anyway, I wanted to kind of talk about trip planning and travel hacking. That's what inspired me kind of while I'm sitting in traffic on my daily commute to make this podcast. So I want to talk to you guys about some tools that I use. I'm no travel expert or professional travel hacker, but I mean, I do try to game the system as much as I can and find as many discounts and deals as I can. And one of the things that I have noticed about doing that is that you're sort of making a trade-off, right? Because the way that I do it, it takes a lot of time, and there are a lot of different tools that you have to like check and cross-reference, and I am going to get into some of those, and I guess I probably should also put a list of those tools in the description to the video. So I'm going to try to be one of the like cool YouTube guys now and say you can see them in the comments below. Anyway, the one that I'll start with is called Hopper. Many of you may already know about Hopper. I definitely tell my friends about it a lot. We tend to travel a fair bit. Not, you know, we're not jet setters or anything like that, or globetrotters, but you know, but it's fairly regular that we end up planning trips where flight is required. And so there's this tool called Hopper, and what it does basically is it goes in, they have some algorithms behind the scenes, and they go and watch fares. And so you go into the app. It's a really slick app, really nice interface, really easy to use, and you put your origin and destination and the date of travel, and it'll go in there and tell you, it'll check the fares, and it'll tell you, according to its algorithm, whether or not it predicts that you should buy now, if the fares are remaining steady or will go up, or it'll tell you that maybe you should wait because it thinks, you know, maybe they'll fall. So I've been using Hopper for I don't know, maybe about a year, maybe not quite a year. And it's been pretty spot on for the most part. It's not perfect, and they obviously don't claim to be perfect, but it's been pretty helpful. So some other things that I do, Kayak has excuse me, has a another similar feature, and Kayak's really cool too because it's a little more in depth as far as like what you can do with multi-city trips and you know, stopovers and layovers and some of the more advanced features that you get out of Kayak. Both of those apps, Kayak and Hopper, they both have alerts that you can push straight to your mobile device. So that's really cool. Right now I'm in the middle of planning our my bachelor party, her bachelorette party, and our honeymoon. So I'm watching airfare for Vegas right now on Hopper, and it continues to tell me to wait. I will update you guys. When I checked it the other day, it was about like 300 and some change for the cheapest, and that's like, you know, flying Spirit or something like that. Now for Bali, we're going to Bali for our honeymoon, and we've already booked our airfare there, and Hopper helped us with that. We were able to get a really good deal. It was much lower than what I had seen before. But here's where, I guess, I don't know if this is even really a tip, but it's just something that I do, and it's probably in large part due to the fact that I'm very analytical. So what I do is I didn't know anything about Bali until I started researching our honeymoon, and so I knew a few things about what I wanted and what we wanted for our honeymoon. One thing was that you know, we both we want to stay in a nice place, and so like 4 stars at a minimum, and really preferably 5 stars because you only have one honeymoon. So you know, I'm hoping to get us into a 5-star place. The other couple of things that I knew is that for my fiance, she really wants to be on the beach, you know, like not close to the beach, not, you know, she wants to be on the beach, like a beachfront resort. And then one of the things they do in Bali that's kind of popular over there is that they have this concept where, especially on the south coast of Bali, there's a it's like up on a cliff. They set these resorts up on a cliff, and then they have like right out on the back patio. There's a name that they call it in Bali. I don't remember. It's an Indonesian name, but it's basically your back balcony, your back patio, whatever. And they have like this infinity edge pool back there to where like it overlooks the ocean, and it's just really pretty. So I knew, like, for me, that's something that I definitely want to have, because that's something I would really enjoy. I just see us sitting out there watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean, and I think that sounds really, really perfect. And so then to accompany that, because I'm more of a night person than a morning person, I wanted us to be on the west coast of Bali, and that way we would face directly out where the sun would be setting. So anyway, we have all these parameters, right? We have all these things: beachfront, infinity pool, 5-star. Obviously, price is an issue. You know, I started looking at reviews for places on TripAdvisor and other places. There's all these factors that come into it, right? And then I found something like 35 or 40 resorts that were recommended for honeymooners in Bali. So, and I tend to do this a lot with a lot of trips. I just create a spreadsheet, and some of my friends give me a hard time. They call me a spreadsheet junkie or whatever, but you know, it helps me stay organized. So I just go and I put a row for each hotel that I find, and then we put columns for like beachfront, yes or no, you know, private infinity pool, yes or no. Oh, butler service was another thing that that I would like to have. It's not a must-have, but I just think that'd be really cool. So anyway, I'd go and start filling all that stuff out, and then I work the list. So I'm just trying to share some information and some tips to help people save money when and wherever possible. Like I said, there will be a lot more that will come, but I wanted to give this a shot. This may be the first and only video that I ever post. I don't really have any idea, but I walk a thin line, and let me know what you think. You give me some feedback if you found this to be helpful or not. All right, thanks guys, have a good one. Bye.